잔잔하기만 하던 온 나의 마음에
I've had the most interesting day today. So I went to a run club this morning, and when I was there, I had made a bunch of new friends. It was great. And the place we went to was around this coffee shop that I had wanted to go to for a long time, but every time I go, closed. So thank God I was able to catch it today. But I got this matcha for myself, and I just walking around thinking how lucky I am to be able to choose to do those things for myself. Because I think when we're single, it's easy to think, okay, I don't have these things, I don't have this, I don't have that. But what you do have is absolute total freedom to do absolutely anything you want to do at any moment you want to do it. Because this coffee shop opened at 12 and I got there at 11:30. I just sat on a stoop and just hung out by myself with my thoughts. And to be able to get to a place of just happily sitting around for half an hour waiting for this matcha place to open is a freedom that I am very much embracing and very grateful for. But then another great thing was on my way home when I was walking back home, I just felt this urge to just dance. I was listening to Simple Plan and I was just so happy. I remember I had seen this girl on TikTok at one point. She does this thing where she dances in the park by herself. She just has zero social anxiety and just is able to do whatever she wants at any time she wants. And the fact that she can dance by herself and not care what other people think is something I very much admire. And then when I was walking back, I just don't know why I felt this urge to just skip. And I think it's so funny that when we grow up, we become so conditioned to how people are judging us and seeing us socially that we don't end up doing all these random things that kids are so free to do. The fact that a kid can just run around the park at full speed and not care at all what anyone else is thinking. But then when you become an adult, you get to this point and you're like, wait, should I be doing this or is someone else going to be judging me for doing that? I don't know. Something happened within me that it just clicked and I was like, wait, why do I care at all what anyone else thinks about me? Because I don't know them and they don't know me. And if I'm able to live joyfully and happily, why does it matter to anyone else? So it was just this moment of just pure, unadulterated joy that I don't think I get to experience very often because you forget. Now I'm already sitting in the park and I'm worried if other people around me are watching me. Oh, why is she talking to herself? Why is she talking to a mic? I don't know. I am really grateful that I've already grown a lot. And when I first started this, I wouldn't even consider going to the park and just filming by myself. But we're here. And we're doing it. And honestly, great day at the park. Also, I was just sitting here, just people watching, as I always do. And I saw this really cute guy walk by, and I was so tempted to go say something to him. But I didn't, and he ended up leaving. However, now that I know that this is something in me that I feel like I want to do, I'm going to make it a goal in June to talk to somebody, a stranger, at some point. That already makes me nervous, but you know what they say, when it makes you nervous, you should probably do it. I was running, and I saw this patch of grass, and it looked too inviting not to just... Oh my God, I love grass.
퐁당 아니 풍덩 큰 돌을 던진 너 기다리고 기다리던 그 사람이 온 내 앞에 내 맘 어느새 일렁이는
I was on a run and I saw on TikTok someone eat a chicken Caesar wrap, and my intuition today said, let's go get a freaking chicken Caesar wrap. So I got one to Edith, which is in West Village, and I'm going to run the next little bit back home and I'm gonna try it. All right, we are back and we're gonna try this Edith's chicken tahini Caesar wrap. All right. You know, it's funny because I don't know what it was before that motivated me, but recently I've been so in touch with my intuition in a sense that anytime I feel like I want to do something, I'll just go do it. I've just been listening to my joy and just going with it. And it's taken me to some funny places. It's funny how people have to say, oh, you have to learn how to listen to your intuition. It's not that I didn't before, but it's almost like I unlocked something where I realized I very much have free will to do and be anything I want to be. So even if it's just going on a detour just to get a sandwich just for the sake of it. It's not that revolutionary. It's not. But it brings me a lot of joy to be able to do this. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Why have I never had this before? So good. So good. Oh, I'm so glad I listened to my gut today. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. I am so happy. And I'm about to take my first teachable class today, which is very exciting.
같은 이맘 순간의 호기심은 아니에요 그대 아니면 널 다시 만났던 그날
Hey, so you know what the thing that's crazy is? I've been doing fit checks, public fit checks, just on the street. And I used to be so nervous about it. And even talking to myself on camera right now, the more I do it, the less scared I am. And it really is very obvious. It's not rocket science. And people tell you this all the time. Everything just takes practice. But it's kind of cool to watch it actually happen in your own life. Because now I feel like I trust myself more. I do trust myself more. I'm not even gonna say that with a question mark. I do trust myself more. And it's cool to see how it evolves every single day. Like, for example, today, when I ran to go get a sandwich and I just listened to my intuition and I ran to go lay down on a patch of grass just because I felt like it. All of that is just because I wanted to. And I don't know why I felt like I needed permission in the past. Not that I needed permission, but it felt different. I don't know what it is that makes me feel like it's different, but it has been, and it's made life a lot more joyful somehow. Maybe I'm being too analytical about it, and I don't really need to be analytical at all, but that's just how my mind works. Also, my internet doesn't work in the park, so my computer is not really working. So the plan of editing while I was here is not really happening, but I'm just enjoying sitting out here and just being in the sun. People watching is maybe my favorite hobby to do, truly. Okay, so I did get a question about my tattoo removal, and I am currently in the process of it. It takes about 1.5 to 2 years, depending on how deep or how dark or how old the tattoo is and what color it is and all these different things. But the reason why I am doing it is because I feel like it was a different part of my life that when I first got these tattoos, it was a marker in a moment of my story. And I always thought to myself, okay, even if I'm past that part of my life, I don't want to forget that part of my life, and I shouldn't be ashamed of that part of my life. So when I got all these tattoos, I didn't regret it, and I don't regret it. It was a part of my life that I needed to live through, and to some extent, I think I wanted a visual reminder. It gets a little redder over time, the closer you are to the surface of the skin, because what she explained to me was that you're getting closer to the top layer so that your capillaries will also break when the laser hits it. And it is so much more painful than getting the tattoo, of course. And we knew this, everybody talks about it. It is very painful. And I'm glad they're relatively small. I can't imagine if it was a massive one. But the reason why I'm doing it is I'm in a different part of my life now. Don't feel connected to them anymore. And when I got them, I think I was also trying to prove something. I was either proving a sort of rebellion against my parents or different things. I think it's similar to how I used to have dyed hair. I would do everything I could to change my appearance. I used to have blue hair, I would wear gray contacts, and I would do anything possible to shift my appearance so that I could hide behind all these things. And I think now that I'm more myself than I've ever been, and I felt more like myself than I've ever been, these don't really connect to me anymore. And I'm still keeping some of them because they mean different things, or I'm keeping the one that my brother bought for me because that's sentimental. But all the other ones I don't really connect to anymore. So would I get another tattoo again? Sure, maybe, who knows? But currently I'm not in a space where I think these ones speak to me as much. So it almost feels symbolic in the way that removing them is me slowly shedding all the things that were holding me back from being fully myself. The same way that I don't dye my hair anymore. I haven't had fully my own black hair since I was maybe 13. And in a way, me removing my tattoos and going back to black hair is me reconnecting with the younger version of me and being okay with being that version of me. And finally getting to a place of acceptance and loving that version of me, and knowing when that version of me comes out into the world, it is not something to be shameful of, and it is something I want to embrace. I want to embrace the deepest, most core part of who I am. So that's part of the reasons why I'm removing my tattoos. I wanted to do a quick update on why I'm getting my tattoos removed. Also, if you've been following me on Instagram or TikTok, you know that I have been putting in a little bit more effort on my clothing choices recently. I've been posting more fit checks, and it's been a really fun week of me shopping in my own closet, as you'd say. And part of it was that I used to want to differentiate myself from fashion bloggers and people who post about their outfits, just because I don't think I'm a very fashionable person. I don't think I look particularly cool. I've never described myself as a cool girl. I just wear what I feel comfortable in, and the older I got, the more kind of complacent I got with the things that I was comfortable with, because I knew they were comfy and I just wanted to feel comfortable at all times. And the last week I've been putting in a little bit more effort, and I forgot that dressing up is also a creative expression. I forgot how fun it is to put on an outfit and feel like a different person. If I want to feel girlier that day, I'd wear like a cuter skirt. Or if I want to feel more punky and cool, I'd wear something punkier and cooler. When I put on my bow that I talked about last week, I know it sounds so small, but it really shifted something in me that made me be braver in showing up in different ways, and not forcing myself to be in a bucket of, okay, this is how you've always been, so you need to stay in this lane. I also grew up in a way where I had this somehow belief that caring about your appearance is not valuable, and that you should only care about intellect, and you should only care about how smart or humble someone is, and caring about clothing is being materialistic. But caring about how you present yourself and your appearance is not the equivalent of being materialistic. And even if you are materialistic, so what? There is nothing wrong with that, and I think I have to reframe and shift myself out of that thinking a lot. I almost thought to myself, oh, I'm taking myself too seriously to dress well. And I don't know if any of you relate to this, but that's definitely how I saw it. This past week of me putting on these cute outfits has excited a part of me that felt like almost the little girl version of me that just wanted to play dress up. And I've been allowing myself to play dress up, and it's been really fun. I still don't think that I'm that fashionable. I'm enjoying this new bow era of my life, as some of you like to call it, and getting to play different versions of me and presenting different aspects of myself and my personality to the world, and not being ashamed of any of them, and not holding back what might make me me. Maybe this is not a revelation to a lot of people, but it feels like a revelation to me that putting on an outfit in this way, it added a layer of confidence in my step. Truly, every time I go out of my house now, I feel excited, and I feel like I want to be seen. I don't want to hide who I am anymore. And it feels like a breakthrough. It does feel like very much like a breakthrough. So maybe it's not that big of a deal, but I really do enjoy figuring out what I'm going to wear that day and what kind of vibe that I want to go for. It's been fun. Okay, I think that is all for this week's vlog, and I hope you guys have a really good weekend, and I will see you next week. Have a good day. Bye.